Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having a Scorpio Sun and a Gemini Ascendant in a natal chart. Now, these signs are inconjunct by sign. They are in conflict. A Scorpio Sun could be very secretive, mysterious. They're introverted. It is a feminine sign. They generally don't like to divulge too much about themselves, especially their private life, and they may really like seclusion and like to be by themselves. Even they're generally not very gregarious. However, Gemini rising can be extroverted. It is a masculine sign. They could be gregarious, loquacious, talkative, multifaceted. They're more pliable because it is a mutable sign, where Scorpio is fixed in purpose. Gemini rising can be very adaptable, very vivacious, very lively, and you have a real strong difference as far as these signs go, because the Gemini rising, the lively, vivacious side, the part that's very lighthearted, or I should say very easygoing and adaptable, can strongly camouflage the Scorpio Sun, since the rising sign represents the outer demeanor, while the Sun sign is it's the inner self. And really, when I look at this is just something where you have a side. Gemini rising could be quick to talk about a wide divergence of things. It could even be secrets, perhaps even their own. So you have that Sun in Scorpio that likes to kind of suppress or conceal their secrets, but Gemini rising sometimes will not allow that to happen and will let the cat out of the bag, so to speak, from time to time, as how I see it. Now, when you look at this, the Sun sign in our charts represents our basic ones. Now, the ascendant or rising sign can represent the manner or method in which one attains these basic ones. Now, the basic ones connected with Scorpio Sun can be connected with transformation, regeneration, power, control, digging deep, solving things such as mysteries, getting to the bottom of matters, being able to see through subterfuges or duplicity in others. And even sex, I consider that a strong basic one for Scorpio. I realize that all zodiac signs can have that figure prominently in their life scheme, but I think it's a little stronger with Scorpio on average. So attaining this, as far as, for example, finding the basic ones with a sexual partner, could be done in a Gemini way by asking questions, finding out, I guess you could say, compatibility, by being inquisitive. Maybe attracts that sexual partner by showing their versatility, their amiable nature, that vivacious side, that real friendly Gemini side, the wittiness that can come forth from Gemini rising energy. As far as power, control, well, maybe it's something where knowledge equals power, assimilating information. Maybe this person feels by being versatile, multifaceted, being able to do many things, they feel they have control, perhaps in their life, for example. It's not necessarily, I don't think, about controlling or manipulating someone, but just having general control. And being you look at this, and it could be things connected with being inquisitive, as well as this combination. You have a Scorpio Sun that can be probing, but you have a Gemini rising that is very inquisitive. So this is somebody that could be that strong question asker. And some of the Scorpio basic wants may be attained perhaps through a Gemini-like profession. It could be connected, especially like the transformation, regeneration thing. Maybe this person feels they could transform, maybe through doing something Gemini-like. It could be through some communication or communication field, by having the power of knowledge, by assimilating information, by learning maybe something new. Gemini rising obviously will make the Scorpio Sun less persistent and tenacious. So it could be through variety that this person feels that they can maybe sometimes they could gain maybe that power, that they have that control in their life by satisfying that need for this. Some other Gemini rising professions, I could say examples as far as the Scorpio Sun basic ones can be connected with doing something as far as work with the hands, such as shuttle dexterity, such as auto mechanics, refrigeration mechanics. It could be something with writing, broadcasting, anything with communication, data communications. And this person might, quote unquote, go through a number of those transformations, I guess, of the Scorpio Sun, because Gemini rising is about variety, and they could get bored because they're so restless. And they disdain monotony. So anyway, it's important to look at the aspect that is made, if any, between the Sun and Scorpio and Gemini rising, because this could show maybe whether there might be some more conflict than otherwise indicated, or whether you might actually have an auspicious aspect which may help these energies integrate better. Now let's say you have an inconjunct aspect made between the Gemini rising and the Scorpio Sun. Well, these signs are inconjunct anyway by sign, so they are incompatible by sign. But if you have it in a, let's say, if you have it by aspect, let's say you have a Scorpio Sun at 16 degrees and a Gemini Ascendant at 12 degrees, well, that could intensify as far as the negative, as far as having difficulty integrating these energies. And could be adversarial, and it's adverse, the aspect. And even if the person is not cognizant of his or her astrological placements, this person might have some feelings of exasperation and tension due to the fact that what they're projecting outwardly, they may feel is strongly different than what is going on inside. And the same could be true with an out of sign opposition. For example, let's say someone has the Scorpio Sun at 29 degrees and they have a Gemini Ascendant at 1 degree. That would form an out of sign opposition aspect, and that could be adversarial as well. It is an adverse or negative aspect, and you could have, this could indicate difficulty, like the inconjunct, in being able to integrate these energies and those feelings, like I said before, feeling misconstrued, misunderstood, which leads to the exasperation and inner tension. Now, on some cases, though, you can have an out-of-sign trine aspect take place. Now, let's say you have the Scorpio Sun at 1 degree and a Gemini Ascendant at 29 degrees. Well, in that example, you would have an out-of-sign trine aspect. And you could have a little, even though the signs are still incompatible by sign, by aspect, it's auspicious, and you could have a little better integration and flowing of energy than otherwise indicated. Now also look and see where the house position of the Scorpio Sun is located, because even if the Gemini rising may strongly suppress the Scorpio Sun energy, however, the Scorpio Sun energy may still come out at least somewhat prominently in that particular house that it is in. Let's say, for example, the Scorpio Sun is posited in the 6th house of work and health. Well, that Scorpio Sun emotional intensity, that resourcefulness, and I guess you could say that toughness and that strong tenacity may come out in matters pertaining to service and work and health. And if they have fellow employees, if they're in that situation, it may come out through them. Now, let's say that the Sun in Scorpio is posited in the 5th house. This could indicate with that emotional intensity of Scorpio, that transformation ability, that more of the control might come out in matters connected with love, their romance. The emotional intensity might come out in creative endeavors. And let's say that someone has the Scorpio Sun posited in their 4th house in some cases. Well, that emotional intensity may come out in matters pertaining to home and family, and the resourcefulness may come out strongly in that as well. And anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having the Sun in Scorpio and a Gemini Ascendant in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having a Scorpio Sun and a Cancer Ascendant in a natal chart. 2 things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.